I see it now. One act of kindness, one act of goodness, one act of love. One act of these in the flesh have an immeasurable impact on the spirit. You must overcome hate. You must conquer selfishness. You must overpower greed. You must destroy pride. You must resist everything in the flesh. You must accomplish all of this in a single act. Do this one act, and the angels will rejoice. Do this one act, and God's heart will be filled with joy. Do this one act, and your spirit will be saturated with peace. One act, in a single moment, can change everything. Break the will of the flesh. Within each of us, two wills are at war: the will of the flesh and the will of God. Which will do you choose? Can you identify the strongest will within you? And more importantly, what does that mean? What is the will of the flesh? The flesh is filled with darkness, hate, lust, fear, pride, rejection, humiliation, selfishness, greed, and guilt. These are but a few of the demons lurking within. And what is their purpose? To destroy the creation, to corrupt what was made good. Criticize someone, and you carry out the will of hate. Reject another, and you fulfill the purpose of darkness. Refuse to help a child in need, and you stand against the creation itself. Celebrate the downfall of others, and you empower the will of the flesh. Worry about the future, and you allow fear to rule. Stand up now. Break the will of the flesh. Don't wait another moment, for the contamination is nearly complete. Fight. God is with us. Conquer fear. Destroy hate in your life. Stand against the enemy that seeks to destroy. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. You must actively and daily break the will of the flesh. Only then can you step into the light of God's will. Fight or flounder. Which do you choose? Hate, pride, lust, shame, fear. God uses the darkness of this world to shape and refine our spirits, just as a rough diamond is cut and polished into brilliance. Each blow from the chisels of life, whether it is fear, hate, or humiliation, molds our spirit for all of eternity. When we consciously resist Satan's attacks, every choice to stand for good against evil becomes a chisel strike that reveals the unique beauty God has placed within us. The trials and struggles are not meaningless. They shape who we are and who we will be for eternity. The light of God shines through our spirit, uniquely shaped by our resistance and perseverance. This eternal beauty, born from the challenges we face, is the ultimate gift of a loving Father. Gratitude of a son. Father, words will never suffice to express the depth of my gratitude. You entrusted me with a journey unlike any other, a path so deep, so raw, and so unrelenting that could only be walked with your heart beating within me. Each step I took became a lesson carved into my being. Each valley crossed became a mark of resilience etched into my spirit. I never understood at the time, but the weight of this journey was my cross to bear for your creation. Along the way, I fell again and again. Deep pits of darkness waited to consume me, and I became ensnared. Sin clawed at me during the day and haunted my nights. But you, in your infinite love, always heard my cries. Every time I stumbled, you lifted me up. You taught me to claw my way out of these pits, even as the shadows clung to me relentlessly. I walked forward, guided by a light I could not see, but always felt. For years I pressed on, driven by a quiet, unshakable belief that you were there, guiding my every step. My final battle with darkness came at the greatest cost. I lost everything: comfort, security, and even faced death itself. Yet even in the depths of utter destruction, you reached out and shielded me. You rescued me from the grasp of death, for it was not my time. The darkness unleashed its full fury, but your strength became my salvation. You gave me the courage to confront my constant enemies, fear, pride, hate, and lust. It was your strength that allowed me to stand firm when the darkness threatened to consume me entirely. Every trial, every attack, every pitfall, none of it was in vain. You used each one to forge me into something stronger than I could ever comprehend. You knew what it would take to defeat the enemy, and in your wisdom and love, you prepared me for that battle. You, Father, pure, loving, and incapable of harm, sacrificed everything for your creation, and in doing so, you became my fortress, my light, my everything. Only when everything was stripped away could I truly see the brilliance of your light. What this world offers pales in comparison to the glory of your presence. I have lost everything this world had to offer, but I have gained more than I ever thought possible. The joy I now know surpasses anything I could have imagined. Father, I would lose it all 1,000 times over just to remain in your will. To this, I have no doubt. My only sorrow is that I can lose everything for you only once. My life is all I have left to give, and it is yours, wholly and completely. You are the greatest to have ever lived, Father. Thank you for everything. Your forever grateful son.